Allan still called one of Bob Marley's earliest friends, called a teen football rising star when they met. Marley post-simmer down, increasingly drawn to Mortimer Plano and his Rasta preachings.
You see a tree grows, and sometimes you wonder, how did this tree evolve like that? Some guy had to water it, and there are people who did a lot of work with him, on him, to make him become more vibrant.
Are you saying you're one of those people?
I think I was one of those persons, and another person who did a lot that we don't mention about is a man called Mortimer Plano. Mortimer Plano used to tell me years from the 60s, he says his lyrics are going to make the world go crazy. Mortimer Plano just told me that from 1969.
But no, he hasn't seen Bob Marley One Love.
No, I didn't, because I don't think that the movie would have projected what the true essence of what Bob Marley is all about.
Unlike photographer Neville Garrick, Cole was not retained as a consultant by the movie's makers.
Same question you asked me, I'd love to have that answer myself. I was the closest person to him, and I know his history more than anyone else. I knew so much about him, we spent so much time together. Things that we share, I don't think nobody knows.
Were you ever on the Bob Marley payroll?
Never. I was the only man that was never on his payroll, and he would tell his mother and some of my friends that I'm the only person in life that he can't pay back.
Cole expressed surprise that Marley's former girlfriend and baby mother Cindy Breakspear had been virtually left out of the film.
Because she was such an integral part of his life during that time. And it was an affair that was really, it was real because I was there, I was in the middle of it, and I saw it all happen. And it was real, and it was something special.
How much was he energized by that relationship?
Knowing him and being there, I think it was one of his most amazing part of his life.
But Rita was the big female presence in his life, the mother of so many of his children, and the person whom he married.
Well, of course, that was his first love. Marley would go around and tell people that he wasn't married. It's a story that he tells all the girls. He's seen on national television, the interviews. And I would always say, he's going to haunt you. Yes, at the first, she was his first love, to be frank. And she did a lot for him too. And same thing we said about Cindy. After that went sour, I think he found comfort in her, and she helped him with his coming to fame. I remember the tabloid, they said, The Beauty and the Beast. And it was, people were curious. Marley wasn't that a star at that time. He was just rising because we were there coming on with him. So I think that helped to create that image of a Rasta man. Who is this Rasta man? Miss Rhodes said, he's my boyfriend. So I think that helped with his career. And he accepted, he knew it. But the type of individual he was that type of guy who would get, he was excited about certain things.
When Cindy went public recently and reminded people of the times Bob Marley and herself were together, did you see what she said?
Yes, I got it. They said to me, I think it's appropriate. I don't think anything is wrong with that because she spent a lot of time with him, and I think of all this affair, I think that most of his time, and there were good times. So I think nothing is wrong with that. What has been done cannot be undone.
But she was raked over the coals on social media for what she said.
I think a lot of people don't understand the history, where it's coming from. Most of these, I read some of the comments, and this is very sad because these people who are making these comments, they weren't even around. They don't know the history. And to me, it's a bit carnal, the things that they say. It's not doing her justice, and I think to me, it is bitter, and it's totally not acceptable.
Michael Abrams, in a Gleaner column this week, agreed.
I post my articles, and they're often about very serious issues. For example, political corruption, childhood trauma, violence. I'll tag a lot of people and probably get moderate responses. I reposted her post. I didn't tag anyone. And it was over 1,000 all over the place. And what struck me was the number of comments, but the vitriol. It told me that there are a lot of wounds in our society. And a lot of it that I saw had to do with gender bias, human relationships, and fidelity. And the color class issue, the color issue, is what I noticed a lot of.
What, that she's light-skinned and so because she's light-skinned she's entitled, and why is she in this picture when really it's Bob and Rita's story? Is that what you're saying?
There was a lot of that. Some people called Bob out for what he, his extramarital relationships, whatever. But the bulk of the vitriol and the nastiness was directed at Cindy, and I found that to be really unfair because it's as if men get a free pass, and the irony is that much of the nasty comments came from women.
Anyway, you saw the movie. Did you like the movie?
I loved the movie. I loved it very much. I find that a lot of the critics hadn't even seen the movie.
As for Skill Cole, he doesn't plan to see One Love.
From listening to what people who went there and describe everything to me, and the clips that I got, and I got
the clips that you saw.
It's a make-up story. I was dismayed about all of that, so that really didn't keep me away from it.
For instance, what was made up, what was make-believe?
I think the box, that box that I saw on the clip, that she boxed him, it's just totally misleading and erroneous. I also think that the script that I saw, that when they were talking about a group called the Solettes, Solettes was a group, I know about Solettes. They couldn't even sing, they didn't even have a hit song, they didn't even have a song that went on hit parade. For you to come out and say you left your group to do this and do that, I think is a bit misleading for people who don't understand the whole history of what transpired then.
But you understand why the movie was made. The movie will serve a useful purpose.
It is going to be a hit because what they're going to project to the people, majority of the people who are going to see this movie don't know nothing about Marley. They're just going to see what you have to tell them about Marley, so they will gravitate to that.
Do you think Bob Marley would enjoy this movie even though you didn't see the movie?
I think he would have been totally upset.
Why?
There are a lot of lies.
Can you tell me one lie?
That box is unbelievable. The guy would go crazy. He would go crazy because that's not true.
Bob Marley's music an open book. His life story another matter.
Can I let you into a secret? I'm coming out with a book pretty soon. And that will be the whole story.
Allan